Hello, everyone, and welcome to this session of From Nothing, Tam's story. Now, do you remember what happened last time?
Yes. Last time we finished part two of the quest to get the reliquary, which we did. Tam was kind of an idiot and at least did not desecrate a tomb, but did find the thing, and then opened it and passed his wisdom saving throw and saw a beautiful vision of the astral sea and the shepherd. I always forget his name. Um, the shepherd Tysus collecting souls, and he sang a little song, and it was very moving. And then they almost got killed by a temple guardian, and they didn't, which was great because Tam remembered the words in Celestial that he found in his vision. And it took two turns, but it worked. And then the temple guardian went away, and then they got caught in the rain. They had some conversation. Um, Tam bought a cleansing stone, and then they all went back to have a well-earned drink at Maryguard. And then Tam hung out with Sedona and Skulna and Tanis, and they talked about things. And Tam learned only at that point that the people that he had healed before were bandits, and that was hilarious.
Yes,
And
that did
Tam tried
happen.
to Tam tried to dance with Skulna to no success, but then entertained them all with stories and got drunk, and it was just generally a nice merry time.
Well done. Uh, you awaken today, having clicked the long rest button.
Yes.
You awaken a little bit later than normal, which is
Yeah.
no foul, as it is Saturday.
Ooh.
It is your first day off. So, as you awaken about maybe 7 in the morning, Tam, what do you do on your weekend?
Tam. Okay, so actually, I have a question first.
Hit me.
Is Sunday is in Amaranth? I imagine all the gods have kind of different ways of being and worshiping and stuff. Is Sunday still a holy day in Amaranth, or like what is the weekend kind of look like? Is Saturday like is there only one free day? How does that work?
The weekend, usually, so Amaranth has other names for each day, but for the sake
Sure.
of convenience, we call them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. Saturday and Sunday are days off, and this is kind of world round. It's not really founded on religion.
Sure.
There's no divinity involved in the scheduling. It is simply because people go
They didn't
insane if they work every day.
make sense. Also, they didn't have gods for like a long time, so
Yes,
makes sense. It wouldn't be a power religion.
there was a 3,000 year period where there was no deities, there were no divines to enforce any sort of law. And much like how a lot of socio-economical and socio-political problems just kind of vanished, so did the focuses on religion being the purpose behind everything. And now it is, these are just the traditions that have been agreed function the best for everyone. There are holidays, and many of them are based around divinity, but the week and the weekend is just generally an agreed upon Saturday and Sunday. We take it off.
That. Okay, I ask in part because like I having grown up in a religious tradition, Sunday was always the kind of holy day. And that's kind of I realized as I was thinking about prepping for tonight, I was thinking about, oh, that's how I'm imagining it was for Tam, which I realized like might not actually work in the world. How would Magos worshiping people celebrate divinity? Would they have like a weekly service sort of deal?
Well, they would
The
throw a
way
sermon. They would have a sermon every day. It wouldn't
that makes
just
sense.
be on one day. Magos is constantly granting visions to their head clerics and head priests, and you can have, because you can directly have conversations with your deities, people coming to pray at the temple. There is no day off for a god.
Cool. Well, in this tradition, perfect. That means that I've been playing Tam right insofar as he doesn't really know how to rest. So today is the day of rest from his classes, but I don't think he's going to really consider it a day of rest for him. So he'll wake up a little late. I imagine he's maybe like he got drunk last night. Is
Yes,
he?
he did.
Should I roll for hangover, or are we imagining no hangover?
How fucked up did Tam get last night?
Good question. Honestly, I don't think he's not really much of a drinker. However, he does respond positively slash negatively to peer pressure. So I guess the real question is how much would Shigona have pressured him to drink?
100%, she would have tried to drink him under the table.
Yeah. Okay.
So
In which case, yes, he got very fucked up without really realizing it. Especially if he was the
give me a
delicious ale.
con save. Yeah.
About that. 13.
You do have a bit of a headache. It is not a pounding, splitting hangover, but you definitely feel a little under the weather. Everything sounds a little bit too loud. The light's coming in just a little bit too harsh. It's like the world is turned up to 11 when it's normally at 7.
Breakfast. We'll fix this. Maybe breakfast? Yes, breakfast. So off he goes stumblingly to breakfast, having probably put his shirt on backward.
Unfortunately, breakfast at the Mirror Guard on a Saturday is pretty casual. There are pastries, there are muffins, there are bagels, there is coffee. That's basically it.
Great. We'll take one of all the things and eat it and drink the coffee and try to make Petty go
away. As you drink the coffee, you realize it isn't coffee. This is actually something relatively new to you, as it's not something that's usually found in Kota City or Kao, really. It is a drink called Clava.
What's that?
It tastes similar to coffee, as it is hot, but there's no bitterness. Instead, it's more of a smooth, almost vanilla-pressed drink. It is dark brown in color, and you feel it warm you as you drink it, and you feel more alert than you did before. Having a drink of Clava gives you advantage on initiative rolls for the next hour.
Ooh, wow. He likes it immediately and savors it entirely. Is there anyone else down here at breakfast? Or is it all pretty quiet?
Let's find out. Let me roll to see. It is fairly sparse down here. The mess hall, it seems as though the halls, when you left, which maybe you didn't notice as you were swimming in your own pain, were fairly empty. Persh was at the front desk, as always, and the mess hall does have a couple other students in it. Let's see who you find. Roll me a d10.
Okie doke.
I'm sorry. Roll me a d4 and then a d10.
Oh, d4. Got it.
Okay.
Well, that's 2 of them by accident. Sorry. We'll take the first one.
Yes.
I had trouble with these. 3. Oh, no, 6. Sorry. Oh, no, wait. Oh, did it add the 2 together? Damn it.
It did.
Sorry. My bad.
It's okay.
5. There we go. 5.
One, two, three, four. Huh. Okay. That's interesting. As you kind of sit down with your assorted bread products of breakfast pastries and muffins and such like that, you kind of look up, eyes a little bleary. There is a tall half-orc with short black hair and kind of narrowly trimmed tusks, and he looks at you over his own bagel and he says, "Hey, good morning."
Morning. I am waking up. Hi.
Hi. It looks as though you're taking your time doing it.
Yeah, I maybe drank a little much last night. Here is a word of advice to you. I don't know if you know Sagona. Do not ever try to keep up with her in terms of drinking. It is not a good idea. I thought it was a good idea. I probably thought it was a good idea because I had too much ale. So don't do it. You look like you're much stronger than I am, but like still not a good idea.
I know her well, and yeah, that's usually a bad idea.
Yeah, I regret my choices. Although I don't regret hanging out with them because it was very fun.
No, Sagona can be a lot of fun if there's a little bit of mediation involved, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do. I do actually. I'm Tam, by the way. What's your name?
A Manscombe.
Hi. You're a student, I imagine, since you're here.
Yep.
Let me see if I can guess. Are you probably not a rogue? Are you one of those ranger types?
He kind of looks down. No. And I don't think I could find my way through a forest if someone pulled me.
Me neither. What are you here for then?
I'm a fighter. Old Illarad's teaching me.
Oh, oh wow! I saw his picture on the wall, but I never met him. He looks terrifying and gigantic.
Well, he is gigantic, but he's a very cheerful fellow. Uh, he takes his work very seriously, but when it's not about fighting or tactics, he's almost likable.
Only almost?
Well, I do remember all the harsh training he puts me through, so it's a little bit of a dumper. You might like him a little more.
Well, there is that. I imagine I would like a person more if I didn't have to like do a bunch of what do you have to do? A bunch of running probably and exercising and fighting each other, I imagine.
It's like you've taken the class.
What else do you learn? It can't just be that. Everything I am finding is more complicated than I thought it was.
Yeah, that's much the case for me, too. Mostly, we learn how to work together as a team. How, well, depending on what sort of fighter we want to be, how we handle working in a group, and how we protect others and be the hammer for the anvil, such like that.
Hmm. We learn a lot of teamwork too. I'm in the bard class. So not so much with the hammer, but definitely with the teamwork.
It seems to be a common theme from what I hear. I guess it
Makes
makes
sense.
sense.
Yeah, they're teaching us to be an adventuring party, not just adventurers by ourselves. That seems real dangerous.
Have you ever had this, by the way? And he puts the mug of clava down and he says, "That is fantastic."
Amazing. I love it. It must be a Beauregard thing or an Aurelia thing? Maybe an Aurelia thing.
I asked Illiran about it. He said it's from Undertow, the floating island or whatever, but
Oh, this is from there.
it's delicious, is what it is. I guess you need a
Very
good pick
delicious.
me up if every day is always dark.
Well, yeah. I think they're used to it there though.
Probably. Uh, what do you got going on for your day off?
I was about to say the same thing to you. I don't know. I might go see if I can work a little bit. Might go busking. I'm saving for a really important thing. It's a really beautiful sword, and I don't know how long it's going to be in the marketplace. So I'm probably going to try to earn some gold if I can.
Oh, well, I hope you get it then.
Me too. What are you going to do on your day off?
That's a good question. I might try and find some work down at the docks. I could use
Me
coin.
too, huh?
Yeah.
What for? Are you saving for something important?
No, I just don't have any coin. Keep spending it all at the Merryguard.
Yeah, it's real easy to do there.
It's the pepper steak. I can't stop buying it. Honestly. I think that's 10% of my body weight right now.
Well, hey, it looks good on you.
Thank you kindly.
But seriously, what else are you learning in class? I'm curious about everybody. I think all of this is really fascinating. You're
Well,
fighting, but like, what else?
I'm learning how to use skills that I grew up with in the battlefield. So, I grew up on a farm, pitching hay and tending to livestock and such. And it turns out there's a lot of techniques with a great sword that match with a pitchfork.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Rise and cuts and the such like that. And Illarad is very good at making you realize what you already know how to do when you don't know that you know it.
Well, I do you have like demonstrations sometimes?
Uh, I don't think so. I think people just come in and look. when we're sparring. I end up sparring with Lilith a lot.
I think I met her. She's the other tiefling, right? She's kind of pale.
She's white as snow, so I'd agree with that. She cuts her horns off, which I feel
Not a
is...
style I like, but I understand. Not really a thing I like, though. I like them pointy.
I feel bad that she cuts them off. It makes me think she might have been made fun for them.
Yeah, that... I can't relate, but that would be sad. Is she a good sparring partner?
She and I have very different styles. I use a great sword and wear heavy armor. She uses 2 blades and wears light armor. Which means she usually hits me 9 times before I hit her once, but then if I hit her once, the fight's over.
Is that why you get paired up a lot, so you can learn how to fight people with different styles?
I imagine so, as frustrating as it is. I'd rather fight someone like me, just so I can, I don't know, feel good about it. But...
You don't feel good about sparring with your partner, though? Not ever?
she hits me a lot.
Oh.
Like, it does hurt.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Even
That
if I
makes sense.
win half the time, it still doesn't feel good.
I guess that's part of the training too, huh? Learning how to take a hit.
Yes.
I only ever got stabbed the one time. I didn't like it at all. I can't imagine getting stabbed 9 times like all the time. You must be made of nails.
Well, Ilrad says it's in my heritage. As a half-orc, I should be able to take a hit, because I can withstand blows other, as he'd say, fighters would be jealous of. That's a terrible Ilrad impression. I did my best.
Well, just because it's in your heritage doesn't necessarily mean you have to like it.
No, but it's a strength, he says, so I'd better learn how to use it.
Well, yeah, I guess that's why you're here. But the nice thing is it's only a year, right? And then when we're done with a year, you don't have to do that anymore.
But I think I'm definitely queued up to sign up as a contractor when we're done. I can't really see
Yeah?
myself doing anything else.
Well, there is that. It is kind of an exciting life. Did you get to do any cool free agencies? And like look for treasure?
No,
Or meet cool
nothing yet.
people? No.
I've done a
Okay.
couple things around town, but
I had one and we kind of looked for treasure and it was very scary, but also very cool. And I bet you'll get to do that soon.
that'd be nice.
You won't be sparring and it'll be maybe fun.
Well, I mean, if you could pick your free agencies, I'd definitely
Yeah.
talk to Persh about one that's more interesting than going around the town looking for drug addicts.
Oh. Yeah, some of them are more exciting than others. But we're learning stuff, I guess.
That's the nature of the beast.
It is. I'm really glad to meet you, Anscombe. Maybe we'll get paired up sometime. I bet you're great at a lot of stuff that I'm not good at all. I couldn't work at the docks if I tried. Look at how little I am.
Yeah, I do have you beat there. I can move heavy stuff pretty well.
Hey, someone is always going to need somebody to move heavy stuff.
Well, you said you're a bard student, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you'd be real good at getting people to move heavy shit for you, I imagine.
Maybe. If I ask them real nice. And play music while I do it, maybe.
I get the feeling you could be very persuasive when you want to be.
Yeah, some of the time. Yeah. Except for with other bards. They're harder to parse. I think it's hard to be in a room full of other people that also have your same strengths because you're on pretty even playing field.
Yeah, they know what you're up to.
Yeah, exactly. My classmates are great. It's just harder to win them over sometimes.
Maybe you shouldn't try to win them.
What do you mean?
Just, accept them for what they are, and instead of trying to sway them to your way of thinking, just accept them like that. Maybe then they'll come away to your line of thinking.
Yeah. But what if I want them to like me?
Well, if you respect them, let them come to their own decisions and their own time, they'll see that, and they'll probably respect you too.
That's good advice. I'm going to think about it and try about it. But it's hard to do the things that your brain is already grooved about. But it's good advice. Maybe you should be a bard.
No. Nope. I don't play any instruments, not a lick. And I don't feel like
Well,
picking one up.
that's true. That is pretty crucial to the genre. But you could learn to tell stories or jokes.
I'm pretty good at talking to people on my own. As far as, well, I know a couple good jokes, I guess.
Yeah.
How do you make holy water?
You bless it.
You boil the hell out of it.
That's a good joke. See, you could be bard.
All right, it's a good start.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go lift heavy things. I hope you make lots of coins so you can eat lots of steak.
Oh, I'm getting seconds first, but I'll see you around.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Anscombe goes up to the counter to get more food, and as you finish your breakfast, allow me to roll to see. As it's a bit more of a pitiful breakfast than typical, it's not going to be as high a max roll.
I
Oh
completely.
boy,
I
you gain
didn't.
one temporary hit point.
Oh wow! I
I
didn't. Hey,
rolled
it's more than I had last time.
I
I
rolled
had
as bad as
0
I
last
could.
time. Amazing. Love that for Tam. Honestly. Okay, so I think the first thing that he's gonna do. Are the classrooms like locked on the weekends?
No?
Seems like no. Okay. Uh, he is going to steel himself and then wander to the cleric classroom.
Okay. The cleric classroom, it's on the right hand side. And as you, well, first off, have you been there before?
I am not, but I
Okay.
can roll
Then,
survival.
well, you could always just ask Persh.
Yeah, if Persh is there,
He's on the
if
counter,
Persh
yes. He's always
does
there.
Persh, can I bring Persh a muffin?
You, I mean,
I
yes.
will bring Persh. I will bring Persh a muffin.
Okay, as you approach with the muffin, Perch looks up and he says, "Oh, right. Good morning. I already ate, but I appreciate it.
Okay, you're just always at the desk, and I worry that you don't eat enough. Um,
The Academy never sleeps. Not really.
well, yeah, but like, do you sleep though?
Of course.
Yeah, just checking. You're always here. You're always here. It's hard to like. It's not difficult to imagine that you don't.
I appreciate your concern, Tam, but I do, in fact, go to bed when it is
Okay,
appropriate.
I'm sorry. Can you point me to the cleric classroom, please?
3 doors on your left hand side down the right hall.
Thank you. Oh, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
How come you picked me?
I'm sorry.
Well, so I came in here and you just kind of let me go into the selections room, and I figure that not everybody that comes in here actually gets to like be here, right? Like I know there's the whole thing where you can come and they take you, but like there's got to be some kind of vetting process.
Mm-hmm.
So how come you picked me?
Right.
Because I imagine it's got to be you, right? You got to be the person. You're the person that everybody sees.
Nope. It ain't me. It's real simple, Tam. Do you remember the first instructions I told you after you signed up?
Go into the selections room.
No. More specifically, I told you you'll see the selections room on your right.
Oh,
If you don't see the selections room, you don't cut it.
oh, it's magic.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone that can see is already allowed in. But if you
Anyone
can't
that can
see,
see has the potential to be a good enough Marigod contractor. It's just whether you meet that potential or not's up to you.
heck of a spell.
It's a relic from an old friend.
Wow. So none of you really pick at all. It's the spell that picks.
It's a spell that reads your potential.
Huh. Well, he's gonna like look over his shoulder at the selections room. Well, thanks, Belle. Thanks, Persh.
As my old friend once said, everyone has the capacity for greatness. It's whether they choose it's up to them. This
Who said
spell
that?
sees that.
The person that cast the spell that said that?
Mm-hmm.
You must have a lot of really good friends like that.
I did.
Did?
I do have work to do, Tam, so if you have something to do on your day off...
Yep. I'll stop bothering you. Yep. He's gonna leave the muffin there, though.
Okay.
And then he'll go off to the cleric room.
Okay, the cleric room is not far. And while I do not have its scene set up on your foundry, we're just going to do this theater of the mind.
Sure.
As you open the door, you see a massive room where along one side of the room are a number of shrines. Dozens of them. It's almost like they're lining the wall like an old military graveyard, except instead of headstones, they are shrines.
Sure.
Looming over every shrine, you see there is a massive stained glass window, and it's not depicting any particular god, but it's depicting a symbol that you are familiar with as just a general symbol of divinity. A massive ring, hollowed, and in the center is a single lightning bolt. On the other side of the room, you hear... Hello? Can I help you?
Hi. Is it okay if I just kind of pray a little bit?
You see that from behind the desk in the back of the room is the cleric instructor. Varian Treat, a wizened old human with gray in both the beard and the hair and a salt and pepper. And he looks at you from over his desk and he says, "Be my guest."
Thanks. He's gonna keep his head down. And he will look for 3 different ones. He will look for Magos, because obviously we grew up with. He will look for Tysus, and he will obviously look for the Fiddler.
Okay, roll me a perception check.
$17.
With a 17, the symbol of Tysus, you remember, is a symbol of a hand holding up the thumb and first 2 fingers with a rope wrapped around the palm. It doesn't take you long to find it. That's one of the first ones towards you. The shrine is almost uniform amongst all the other ones, but with that unique symbol emblazoned across the front of it. Next to it in the far side, you see the symbol of the Fiddler. A fiddle with no strings and an eye peering from the center. It is almost an unnerving symbol, but the shape of the eye almost as if it's smiling. And it puts you at ease, just a little. And then Magos doesn't take you long to find either, but another symbol similar to the Fiddler in that it is a leaf turning into a feather, split down the middle, and there is another eye in the center. Only the eye in this symbol is more peering, as if it's seeing through you.
Sense. I think he'll go to Magos first. And is there like some kind of like ritual? Is there like a way that people like cross themselves like kind of like Catholics do, or is there like a phrase or something like that?
There is a gesture that you would be familiar with as a cleric, well, raised by clerics of Magos, where one holds both temples of their forehead and then holds out their hands as if offering the knowledge they have.
So he'll kind of make that gesture to the symbol, and kind of stay there and kind of focus on. I imagine, he prayed prayers all the time as a kid, and
Sure.
so he'll pray one of them now, kind of like I'm imagining like kind of an Apostles' Creed sort of deal, but like in his head. Um, and then he'll sort of drift over to the fiddler.
Before you
And
drift, the prayer that you say to Magos, whatever it is, how authentic, how from the heart do you think the prayer is, and not forced, as if just of habit?
it's authentic. He it's interesting. I think a lot about Tim and how sort of like he honors so many. He's raised by it's hard for him. He doesn't. It's not like he doesn't believe in Magos. He still loves his god. It's just also not really his god.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't want to like say goodbye to that the force that sort of raised him. So the prayer is real. It just is maybe a little it's real, it's maybe just a little hesitant.
Okay. And then the fiddler.
Than the fiddler. And that one he feels he has much less of an idea of what to do. Um and he'll kind of look at his fiddle and look at the sign and then look at what is Treat doing? Is he just sort of like working?
He's not paying attention to you. He's giving you
Okay,
privacy.
good. And so he's like, I don't know if I want to. Like he kind of looks at his fiddle like, should I should play something that feels like the right thing to do, but I don't know if I should do it in front of people. Um, so I think he'll settle for kind of putting his hand on the cymbal and kind of bowing his head and humming softly, um, just like an old fiddle tune. Um, and in that case, he'd be like, I don't really know how to pray to you yet, but I'm glad I'm here, and I'm glad you're here, and thanks for helping me. And I feel like I'm praying to you all the times that I make music. So there's that.
Roll me a charisma plus proficiency check.
Okay, that's performance for Tam. That's not very high. 13.
It is not very high, but you are at a shrine, which does help. You can't help but feel as though your words are cast out in a room much larger than the classroom. You didn't raise your voice to say them, but the feeling felt as though you were casting them out over hills and highlands. You almost feel out of breath as you finish. From beside you, you suddenly hear, "That was beautiful."
What? Oh. Hi. Is there a person there, or am I just talking to the air?
You're just talking. There is no one there, or at least it feels as though as you turn to look, that entity moved to your other side, as if escaping your line of vision.
Okay,
That was
here,
truly beautiful.
Thanks.
I've heard you before.
Really?
I always hear those with songs in their heart.
Yeah, I feel like I was maybe made for you.
You were made for you. And just because perhaps your heart might sing along with mine, you shouldn't feel like I own you, just as you shouldn't feel that Magos owned you.
But what if I do feel that way?
I'm telling you that you are free. Free to be at peace as you are. Peace with who you are. You are your own person. And while many wander this world never quite happy with who they are or where they started, it's where you finish is what matters. So, as you tell the stories of your life, everything you experience, make sure they're not ones you regret.
Okay. I'll do my best.
And don't ever think I'm not listening.
I know you are. I made a little song for Tysus. I hope it's okay if I sing it, and you'll be listening to that too, even though I kind of wrote it for him. If that's okay.
Not everything has to be about me. I just like it when it is. But it's fine. We all get along up here. Except for when we don't.
Okay. Well, I haven't figured out what song to write to you yet, but I'm gonna.
I'd rather you write a song for you.
I don't know how to do that yet.
You'll get there. It's so much easier to write songs for others.
Yeah, it really is. But I'll get there. Maybe. Hopefully.
Next time you come here, I'll be listening to what your heart has to say about you.
Okay. I'll make sure it has something to say.
Good. And you feel as if the winds that were coming over Highlands pass away. They're gone, and you are back. Kneeling down in front of the shrine, back in the immediate moment.
He's crying a little bit. He kind of just is there for a minute. Takes a deep breath. Gets back to his feet. Kind of looks up, even though it's not really logical, like as if it's at the sky. And then he goes over to the Tysus shrine.
As you looked up, you saw what is not super obvious, but the entire ceiling of the room is lined with a mosaic of stained glass.
Oh, beautiful.
It depicts the fall. A massive asteroid falling into the ocean, and the gods one by one returning to the world.
I think he's not really thinking that Treat is still there. He's gonna be like, oh wow, Dad would love this. Take a little picture of it in his mind.
Okay.
And then he'll go over to the Tysus shrine.
All right.
And he's not really sure how that worshiping this god really works either. But he is going to try to repeat that phrase in Celestial again.
Do you remember the phrase?
I am happy to roll for it. I have it written down. All who are lost, I will find you. All who are lost, you will be found. All who are lost, your future is safe. You forever, safe for forever. You will spend in paradise. I mean, I have it written down. I think Tam would also have written it down, but it's remembering it in Celestial that's going to be kind of the problem. And he would try to make it authentic as much as possible. So I'm happy to roll for that if you want.
Well, I'm going to ask you, because the situation where Tim used the phrase was life or death. Do you think that would sort of be written on the inside of his mind, or is this...
I feel like it kind of would. I feel like, especially since he had to do it twice, and this has kind of inspired him, he genuinely does want to learn Celestial now.
Then I don't think you'd need to roll for that.
Rad. Okay, cool. So he'll start with that. I'll say that and kind of sit with it for a second.
Okay. As you say that line, it feels quiet again in here, as if the whole world has stopped to listen. You feel isolated. Not alone, but secured away, as if kept safe from anything and everyone, just for this moment.
Excellent. That's, I think, kind of what he was waiting for. And I have a little thing that I wrote to sing for him because I think Tam would have written some lines as a kind of hymn because it was a really impactful experience. So this is what I got.
Okay.
The King of Love, my shepherd is, whose goodness faileth never. I nothing lack if I am his, my soul his mark forever. Where streams of living water flow, my ransom soul he leadeth, and where the verdant pastures grow, with food celestial feedeth. In a sea those souls were tempest tossed, and yet in love he found them. No wanderer can e'er be lost when his bright arms surround them.
As the hymn finishes, it feels as though it's kind of a similar feeling to when you were singing to the fiddler, only instead of over the highlands, you feel as though the words you are casting out are stretched across an eternal sea. The shrine and your perceptions around it twinkle as if there is the finest filter showing you the stars and nebulae of the astral sea, a hint of the vision you received when you first found the reliquary. Why do you sound so mournful?
Because I'm kind of lost too. I'm alive though.
As you say, all who lost, I will find them. Those are old words, Temerity. Old words that I've said many, many times. Do you feel lost while you stand amongst friends? Or do you feel lost when you think of where you came from?
I don't know what I was supposed to do. I thought I had a path and then I chose another one. And what if it's the wrong one? I don't want to disappoint anybody.
The only soul that matters here, the only one who can be disappointed, is you. But only if you let yourself be tied by what you think you ought to do.
My fiddler told me that too.
He is wise.
All the gods are one.
That's not true.
Yeah, I guess you would know you are one.
You will choose your path. And the only one who can decide that it is wrong is you.
Okay.
I thank you for your offering. There is not much music out here. And
For your vision.
as the feeling returns of where you are, you find yourself once again looking at a shrine. The influence of divinity is gone.
Okay. I guess if two gods in the same day tell me to do something, I better fucking do it.
Do you say that out loud? Behind you, Treat at the desk says, "Yep." He doesn't look up. He's still head down, filling out papers. But
Treat, do you happen to know a tiefling from Coda City named Creed?
Creed. I might. Who's asking?
Son's asking, that's all.
I've heard the name.
He wanted me to be a cleric.
You don't want to be.
I love the gods. I love music more.
Well, I think there's your answer.
Yeah. And yet, very difficult for me to accept. But
Difficult for you to accept, or difficult for those you think would disapprove to accept?
Well, really that. More that, and but also kind of both. I don't want to let anybody down. But also, two different gods today told me that the only person that I should be worried about disappointing is myself, and that I should choose the path that works for me. And I think that's good advice. And I am very afraid, but also the gods are very smart. So there's that.
Treat, like, looks up at you, and he scratches at his beard, and he says, "Never in my time as a cleric instructor have I seen someone need the opinion of two gods to make a choice. I will say, whatever it is that you're afraid of, you just gotta... Well, I'm not gonna tell you what you just gotta do. But pulling the Band-Aid off is the best way to handle these sorts of things. Make the choice. And to me, it looks like you made the choice.
Yeah.
And now you're just afraid of the sting when it comes."
Seems like. Yeah, pretty much. But it's going to be okay. I'm going to do it, and it's going to be great.
Are you asking me or telling me?
I don't know yet.
You should be telling me.
I sure am going to try.
He kind of...
I'm a student. I get to learn. Still, I get to learn, right? I'm a student.
Yes. A student of Tally, if I got it right.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry for bugging you while you're on your day off.
This is my job.
Yeah, you're good at it. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay. He's gonna, in that perception check, can he also have found Nier? Because, that's Sagona's, and that's, something he'd have an eye out for.
Yeah. Nier's shrine is there.
Touch the Shrine of Nier and use thaumaturgy to make it sound like thunder.
Okay, you do that. Just quiet.
And smile. Oh, and he'll look at Treat too and say, "By the way, Sagona, Great. Excellent. Wonderful friend. Really good at her job.
Yeah, she would be.
Will be? Would be.
Would be.
Is. Would be, if not for what?
If not for nothing, she's following the right god.
Yes.
And you
Oh, I
see, Treat. It has an amulet of Nier on his neck.
Oh. Oh, hey. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you must get along real well, huh?
She can certainly be hard-headed. I'll say that. But yes, we get
Yeah.
along just fine.
Excellent. Okay, I'll let you be now.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Have a good one. And he gets back to his work.
Tam takes a big breath. Okay. I'm gonna get a rapier. Arch is out of the academy.
Okay. So you're heading to the Merry Guard?
No, he's heading to. I think he would check to see if the physicry is open first, because I imagine that might not be a thing that is ever. I don't know if there are days off at the physicry necessarily. If Zurich takes days off, because people are always getting hurt.
It's open.
It's open.
Yeah. So if you go in, Zurich and... What on earth happened to my frickin'... Hold on. My token for Annika has completely destroyed itself.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Come back, Annika.
1 minute, I need to fix it. It's been taken over by the ranger instructor somehow. I don't know how that even happened. 1 minute while I fix this, please.
Yeah, sure thing.
Did it get moved? Is that why that happened? I don't know. It's bizarre. And I've never seen that happen to any other asset in my... There it is. Okay. And... Alright. You head to the Physicers. As you enter... I assume you enter.
Yes, he does.
You see... Zurich and Annika are having a conversation. They're seated by the desk on the far side of the room. And as the door opens, Zurich stands up and says, "Welcome to the... Oh, well, you are not injured, and are you here for work?"
Uh-huh. If you want me today, I don't know how much work you get on a Saturday.
We've had a fairly slow day. If you'd like to take the day for yourself, feel free to do so.
I'm happy to be here if you want.
Well, we don't really have any patients, so...
Okay, that's fine. I can come. I will pop back in case there's need of me.
Sure. No problem. Zurich
Okay,
sits
bye.
back down. They both wave at you. And you emerge back out into Ferrum.
Yep.
All right. Sorry for that. That wasn't very exciting.
No, that's okay.
As
He first goes to his normal job, and then he's like, okay, that job isn't gonna give me gold today. That's fine. What other ways can a bard make money? By busking, probably. So I guess it's interesting. I don't know if he's confident enough to go to the Merry Guard already, because that's where Tally hangs out.
As it is a Saturday morning, it is busy out here on the streets.
It is busy out here. Well, does he? Let's see. Are there any other musicians? Are there any other types of people that are doing stuff like that?
I'm sorry, I don't understand the question.
Busking. Are there any other types that are playing music and have street musician kind of people out on Ferrum? Is that
So down by the market, you have seen people doing it before. There is no one doing it now. As the market is very busy and full of people, you imagine you might be able to make some coin by playing on the street.
Okay. Would there be any other? Actually, I know what he'll do. He'll go visit Glass at the Griffin's Bag.
Okay, you go to the Griffin's Bag. All right. As you head down to the Griffin's Bag and you're making your way through the market, I need you to roll me a d8.
Sure. Two.
With a 2, unfortunately, there's no random happenstance to occur to you. And as you make your way through the market, yes, there's no encounter. You push your way through the market, seeing all the different vendors and foods being offered, and early morning, so lots and lots and lots of fish being put out straight out of the ocean. It's being sold for about as cheap as you could possibly get fish. You push past them, past the South Docks, and into the Griffin's Bag. The Griffin's Bag is as busy as it ever is. If actually, in fact, a bit more so, as there are a number of students that you recognize wearing the Marigard paisley, sifting through the various shelves.
Gotcha.
You do see Glass by the counter, and when you enter, he looks up at you and says, "Oh, hello again."
Hi, Glass. He will approach and say, "Hey, no, if you don't need anybody today, that's totally fine. But I'm saving up for this thing I want to buy, and I kind of need to make some coin. Is there anything I can do for you today?"
How good are you with people?
Really good with people.
Well, I constantly have individuals coming from around the town attempting to buy my wares for cheaper than they are worth. If you could, maybe, wear this sash that shows an employee, maybe talk to people, get them to pay full price, that would save me trouble.
I can do that.
If you decide to work the whole shift, I'll pay you a full day's wage.
I would love that.
Perfect. And he goes like in the back room and comes out with a it's like a brown and cream colored sash that is very much emblematic of the colors of the store. And he hands it to you and he says, "Everybody, today Tam will be a sales associate." And you see the other employees are just kind of like, "Hi, Tam." Like they're all glad to see you working here.
Hi, everybody.
So, get out on the floor, talk to people, see what they need. If you have questions, I am always at the counter.
Yeah, I'm not going to pretend that I know a lot of things about arcane stuff. I will direct them to you for that, but I will tell them that it is very high quality.
If you see any problematic customers, you tell me. People with maybe sticky fingers, you know.
Oh my gosh. Absolutely. All those things. Yes.
Good. You have an hour lunch in 3 hours.
Okay. Great. I just ate, so I'm all good.
And you assign on to work at the Griffin's Bag.
Yep.
You are handling things as a sales associate, which is very much a charisma-based skill. I'm going to need you to roll 3 rolls for me. I need a persuasion, a deception, and a performance.
Okay. Let's see. Persuasion. Oh no! That's the natural one. I'm sorry, Glass.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Deception. Please roll better. Please roll better. Okay, it's 15. That's not so bad. And a performance?
And a performance.
13.
So
natural one. I'm sorry, Glass.
So when it comes to actually convincing people that what they want to pay for things, you do a terrible job. You have no idea how much stuff is actually worth. You have not the foggiest clue what most of these things on the shelves are. However, you're fairly good at bullshitting it. And for the most part, as the day goes by, you do a fairly good job of keeping customers in check and making it so that they at least get to Glass with an idea as how much they're actually going to have to pay. You also do catch sight of at least 5 different individuals who it is clear they are trying to look not shady when they are trying to steal things. And
suspicious.
yes. It's not hard for you to pick them out, and you kind of either dissuade them by saying, hey, what you got there? And, stuff like that. Or by bringing other individuals who work at the Griffin's Bag's attention to it. And by lunchtime...
Can I use thaumaturgy to sort of just, like, cause a little, like tremor around them and be like, oh, shit, someone has seen me. I should leave.
Sure. Yes, you can do that. As you successfully scare most of the individuals who try to steal stuff away, you hit lunchtime with a fairly successful first half of the day. And Glass says, again, please, if you do not know what something is, just come and talk to me.
I'm sorry.
I understand you want to put on the best first impression to these customers, but this is Glass. That's not the Nightball. Just, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Good.
Okay.
Right. Go enjoy your lunch. I'll be here.
Okay.
How does Tam handle lunch?
How far away is the ship stool?
It's not far at all.
Not far at all?
It's this building, and this is the Griffin's Bag. So it's literally right up the block.
Great. So not far. He will head there.
Okay. As you head to the ship stool, you don't have to RP this out. You can totally get yourself a decent lunch for cheap. I think today they're offering butter salmon for 5 copper, which goes down super quick and easy. Let me roll for that to see how well they cooked it. You gain 8 temporary hit points to replace that 1.
That's rad.
Yes, it's delicious butter salmon. You got a particularly fresh one. It is delicious. Goes down easy.
5 copper.
All right. If there's anything else you want to do on your lunch, you totally can. Otherwise, we'll continue with the rolls.
Yeah. I think if he has time, only if he has time and he feels like he's allowed, he will talk to a bartender about this. He will try to play a couple of songs while he's there.
For about
if there's no one else.
Half an hour to try and earn some coin.
Yeah, for half an hour. Yeah.
Roll persuasion.
Okay. He's very. This is his mission now. He is rolling terrible on persuasion.
Yes, he is. 12.
Yeah.
The bartender says, it's not really a lunchtime sort of thing. Why don't you come back tonight after dinner?
Can do. Will do. Thank you.
Yep. And the bartender, this half-orc, kind of scratches at his jaw and says, best of luck to you.
Thanks. Makes it delicious. Compliments to the chef. It was delicious.
I'm the chef, so thanks.
Compliments to you, then, sir. You will sweep out of there and go back to work.
Okay. Again, 3 rolls. Persuasion, Deception, and Performance.
Persuasion. That's not much. I mean, it's better than a natural 1.
It is better than a natural 1. In fact, it is vastly better than a natural 1.
Deception. 19. Excellent. That's
okay.
Much better.
All right. So, as we come to the end of your shift, you take Glass's advice to heart. You do ask questions. You basically handle the customers well. So now we're going to roll to see how many customers you handled, and that will determine how much money you made by the end of this. So, roll me a d4. Roll me a d100.
$41.
Okay. Hold on a second. I have to do some quick math. You handled 30 customers today. So, and based on your performance, at the end of the day, Glass looks to you and says, You have done very well. You've earned us much a profit. Many customers did not even try to haggle me down, and as such, we made money.
Yay!
So, I do work by commission. Here is your pay. And he sets a small pouch in front of you. It is a blend of silver and electrum, but it totals to about 22 gold and 5 silver.
Fabulous. Thanks, Glass. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for your help. You would be surprised how much people try to cut the prices, so just having someone to talk to them before they get to me saves me a lot of time.
I'm glad that it does, and I'm happy to do it. This is very fun work, and if you'll have me some other time, I would love to come back.
Well, I'm open every day, so I assume not to interfere with your classes.
Excellent. Yes. Yeah, I can do that. I will let you know. I'll let you know when I can do that. Sometimes I'm on free agency, as you know, but otherwise, there will be times.
I am aware how the Marigard works. It's no worry.
Yes. Thanks very much.
Yes, you have a pleasant evening, and as I close up. And it is 5 o'clock when the Griffin's bag closes. What do you do for the rest of your evening?
I mean, he will pop his head back in. Let's see, I guess the ship stool is closer, so he'll do that first.
Okay.
And then go, and he's like, okay, it's dinner time. You need any music?
All right, you're back. Yeah. If you want to play up on the stage there, we'll see what you got.
Great. Okay.
I do happen to have some other minstrels coming in at about 7, so you got 2 hours.
Perfect. That's all I need.
Roll performance.
Can I guidance myself for these, or am I doing just a general?
If you declare it, yes, you can guidance yourself.
Bad. I shall do this. Whatever.
As you work the hustle to try and earn some more money.
Yeah, I mean, all day, every day. Okay, so guidance is only 1, and performance. $15.
15. Okay. Roll me a D100.
Lots of sea shanties.
Makes sense. You're at the ship stool.
64.
64. Okay. It is not as fruitful a night. Many people are here to eat and leave. So a lot of them don't stick around for multiple songs, which is unfortunate. However, there are some customers that do stick around and they do tip you. They toss you some coin. After the 2 hours are up, you earn about 6 gold and 8 silver.
Better than nothing. That's pretty good for a couple hours. 6 gold and 8 silver.
Yes.
Excellent. Cool. I will wave goodbye to the person and take a little bow.
You see that the next minstrel coming in is Norray.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. As you're leaving, she looks at you and says, Hey.
Hey, you want some help?
No, I got it.
Yeah, I know you do. I'm gonna give her some guidance anyway, though.
Okay. She kind of looks at you and says, thanks, and continues on past up to the bartender to talk about her set, as it were.
He actually will stick around and listen to a couple of Noray's songs.
Okay. Let's see how Norray does. Noray's really good. Norray rolled... hold on. I'll roll the guidance. Yeah. Norray rolled a 28. So...
Damn, girl!
She puts on a hell of a performance. And she keeps going. If you stay there, she's playing basically for the rest of the evening.
Yeah. Honestly, because of the 28, he will stay. He meant to stay for like 10 minutes. He stays for an hour.
Okay.
Goes by real fast. And he's beaming and clearly really into it. And he like even throws some silver in her hat.
Oh no. How much do you give her?
Oh, like 4 silver.
Okay.
Not too much.
Yeah, that's pretty much what a general tip for a busker is 3 or 4 silver.
Yeah.
But you see that many others are doing the same, and it's not a hat; it is an old great helm, like the steel helmet that she's
Nice.
put on the ground.
Satisfying little clank when those coins
Yes,
go in.
very much so. The start of her performance is she's playing the flute, and it starts very slow and solemn, and then it picks up speed. And then she starts tapping out rhythms with her feet. And then the next song, it's almost entirely singing. And then it's like one after the other after the other. It's very much relatable songs that the entire tavern seems to get riveted into. And what language do you speak?
Just Elvish and Common.
About half of the songs are in a language you don't understand. You're pretty sure one of them is in Giant.
Interesting. Okay.
It's this very rhythmic, almost to our ears, it'd be almost like Norse sounding. After an hour, she's still playing. What do you do?
I'm gonna roll. I guess it would be Wisdom saving throw to see if he stays or goes to. Because I think like if it's a 28 roll, he loves music, man.
It's
Like
yeah.
I'm gonna say if he hits 12 or higher, he will go and look in on Zurich. Nope, he doesn't. He stays her whole set.
You stay for the whole set. Okay, she plays for about 3 hours.
Yep,
Uh,
he'll be there.
by the end of the set, it's about 10 at night. It's clear Norre is exhausted, but she's beaming at the helmet that's full of silver, and she like picks it up and she sees you're still here. And she says, "Oh, hey.
Hey.
I didn't think you'd stick around."
Well, you're really fucking good, so I figured I would learn a thing or two.
Okay. Well, thanks.
Yeah. You want dinner? You're probably really hungry.
I am fucking starving.
Yeah, come here. They had this butterfish earlier. It was really good. You want butterfish? Butter salmon? Or you want something else?
I love fish. I'm down.
Awesome. Hey, bartender. As much fish as the lady wants.
You buy Norre dinner.
Yep.
As she sits down, and she like kind of begins counting out the helmet. The tavern. It is a Saturday night in the Shipstool. It is busy, and while the music is done, it is very much. There's the sounds of drinking competitions. There's arm wrestling going on. There's cards being played, and as it's happening, Norre looks at you, and after she finishes eating a huge amount of butterfish, which is scrumptious. Hold on a second. This needs to be the proper music because this is not the right one. I made the mistake of not changing it. Here we go. As she finishes counting out the helmet, she puts it away, and then she slings the helmet. You see it actually goes on her belt on a hook. She looks at you and she says, "Do you play cards?
Yeah, sure do.
Let's go play a few hands."
All right.
She pulls you over to a table where they are playing poker. She looks at you and she is insight checking. Do you actually know how to play poker? Does Tam know how to play poker?
That's a good question. Does Tam know how to play poker? I feel like he would. He has hung out with enough minstrel types, and it can't just have been. It can't just have been like playing all the time. It must have also been other stuff. I don't think he like gambles very much at poker, but he does know how to play.
Okay. So let me roll that insight, as I said I was going to. Okay. Norre seems to smirk as you don't seem completely alien. As you sit down at the poker table, and those at the poker table already there, they just kind of look at you. The one closest to you, a dwarf, says, "Right, how much you betting?" And
Is
he's
there
a
like
and he's a
is there
copper.
a standard? Yeah, Annie's a copper.
Mm-hmm.
How much do I have my cards yet? What do I think my cards?
Well, you pay your ante and then you get your cards.
Yeah, sure. I'll pay the ante.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a d20.
Okay.
You know that as you're playing poker in D&D, you want to get 3 dice rolls, each one as close to 20 as you can get.
Okay.
You are sitting on a 19 so far for the first 2 cards you are dealt, which is pretty good.
Pretty good.
That's about as good as you can get without it actually being a natural 20.
Sure.
So
So I'll bet like what? 3 silver. Sure. 3 silver.
3 silver. Okay. As the bet comes around to you, other bets that most of the players seem like they were just checking. One person does bet a silver and 5 copper, and then you throw down 3 silver, and the other players, one of them folds, 2 of them match you, and the one who bet already is like, "I'm not being bought out by some," and
Ever.
yeah, by some landlubber, and he raises again to 4 silver, which means you have to throw in a silver to match.
Okay, will do.
Okay. Hang on, I have an app for this.
Should I roll another d20?
Yes. Now that the bets have been matched, you gotta roll a d20.
Okay, that's only a 4.
Okay. There are 4 people in the game at the moment. As you are dealt your second card, it's not so great. It's not exactly what you're hoping for. But you are still sitting on a 19. You see that one of the persons who had called in the previous round folds. Then the next one bets, and he bets 2 silver. That bet is immediately matched by the one who raised you originally. So the bet is 2 silver to stay in the game.
I'm gonna cock my head and bluff, and bet 3 silver again.
You're trying to make them think you've got more than you got.
Indeed.
Roll a deception.
16.
16. All right. We gotta roll some insights. The one across the table from you, the one who was betting big to match you, he looks at you and he says, "Right." And he throws in 3 silver.
Okay.
The other one folds. So now it's just you and this other big bettor. And you are handed your last card. Go ahead and roll.
Is Nore also in the game?
Nore folded the first round. She was like, "I'm not playing with this shit." Okay. That's a 9. You're not looking super hot. You've definitely had better hands. It's kind of a middle of the road one.
I mean, I started on the bluffing path. So
You did.
Does he bet first, or do I bet first?
He bets first. He bets 4 silver.
I will.
There's a healthy pile of 30 silver in the middle of the table.
I will bet. He bet 3?
Yes. No, he bet 4.
He bet 4. I will bet 5.
Okay. Roll me deception.
I have never played D&D. I've played regular poker. I've never played D&D poker. This is very fun. Oh, no, that's not very good. That's only a 10.
A 10. Okay. Let me roll. He's staying in it with you. He matches your 5.
Okay.
Now it's up to the cards. As you both turn, what was your total between your 3 rolls? You had a 19, a 9, and a 4. So it's a 23. 33 is your total. Okay, let me look at his total. He had a 31. So, you won it with basically high cards, and you had a higher card than him.
Yeah.
So he, it looks grumpy that you've won. You were clearly both playing the bluff game.
Yeah.
But you win the pile of silver. You earn, for the first hand, 40 silver. So 4 gold.
Okay. 4 gold. Rad, all right.
Nora next to you says, okay, new kid knows how to play.
Told you I did.
You weren't lying, I guess. And the ante is up. Throw out a copper.
Not this time. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. 5 players. All right. Roll a d20.
Okay.
You can bet more on the ante if you want to before you even get your cards, but
okay, that's good to know.
It's kind of a shitty thing to do. Most people don't.
Yeah.
A 5.
Only a 5.
Okay. The bet, when it gets to you, the bet is 1 silver from each person. There's already 4 silver in the pot.
Staying for 1 silver. Sure.
1 silver? Okay. You don't raise?
Nope.
Roll a d20. Ooh, okay.
Better.
Rolling my thing. Okay, 2 people drop. The bet, when it gets to you, is 3 silver. There's 6 silver in the pot when it gets to you.
I'll raise a silver.
Oh, hang on. I fucked up my thing. All right. So it's a lot of math here.
I understand. I am only keeping track of the ones that I'm putting in, and that's enough for me.
Okay. You raise it to 5?
To 4. There was 3. I think it was 3 when I got to me, and I'm raising it to 4.
Okay, plus 4. Okay. Let me roll to see what they think. Okay. They all stay in. So that's an additional 12 in the pot. This pot's growing quickly. Norre is staying in the pot this time. All right, roll another d20. Get your next card.
20. No.
You were sitting on garbage, it looks like.
I mean, at least 2 of them were 5s. Does a pair of 5s count for anything?
No. I'm afraid not. It just means that you got a poor card, is what it means.
Yeah, I know, but it is funny.
Yes, it is. Okay, so you are sitting on a total of 27. When the bet gets to you, it's 6 silver.
I'm out.
You fold with 6? Okay.
Yeah, I fold. I saw that. I only lose 5 silver on that then.
You see Norre picks up this pot. As she had a natural 20 and a 17.
Damn, okay, Nori,
Nori. But the big better across the table pushed her to flip as well. You get the feeling that he's the sort of person that doesn't want to quit, no matter what.
Gotcha.
All right. Do you want to keep playing?
Anything I did. Yeah, absolutely. One more hand.
Ante of 1 copper.
Ante of 1 copper. Let me make sure my math. Let me make sure that I'm accounting for all of this in my.
Sure.
In my inventory. I just knocked off 5 silver and 3 copper. Okay. In addition to all the butterfish that I bought and stuff.
Of course.
Okay. 1 copper and a d20. Natural 20. No.
That's a 4. Okay. When it gets to you on the first round, the bet is 1.5 silver. 1.5.
Yeah, okay. Stand for 1.5 silver. We'll see where this goes.
Okay. Hold on. Doing math. So you throw in 1.5. All right. So now the pot is up to 8 silver. Next round, go ahead and roll a d20.
$10.
Okay.
Middling.
It's your bet.
Oh, it's my bet.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I will fold.
Okay.
Tam likes the gambling, but also is sort of like, I am trying to save money. I'm not trying to gamble away all of the salary that I made today.
Sure. So you fold and you watch, and the next round, Norre goes head to head with the individual across the table, with small bets. Like the individual across the table is like betting a little bit, and Norre says, "Fuck this," and she puts 10 silver down, and the guy folds. So Nori takes the pot.
Cheers.
Nori was like, he didn't have fucking anything. Do you play another round?
Yeah, I'll play one more.
Okay. It's your ante, so you can choose to increase it if you want.
Nah.
Okay, roll a
Just
d20.
keep it at the copper. I haven't rolled any natural 20s this time. So like maybe this is the time.
It's a good start. 11's not bad.
That's not bad.
It is your bet as well.
I'll bet 2 silver.
2 silver. Okay, hold on. Okay, everyone at the table is staying. So that is 10 silver added to the pot. Go ahead and roll.
15.
Okay, you are sitting pretty. As it was last round, it's your bet again.
I will bet 5 silver this time.
Okay. Hold on. The big spender folds.
Ooh, okay.
Everyone else stays in. You said it was 5 silver?
Yeah, 5 silver.
Okay. That's 20 more silver in the pot. Okay. Roll it. Ooh. Okay. You're sitting. You have a pretty good hand. All right. Final round. It's your bet. Everyone's in except for the big spender.
I'm going to meet Nore's eye, and I'm going to push a gold into them.
A gold. Okay. 10 silver. Nore looks at you. She's rolling an insight check. She rolled a natural 2. Okay.
You want me to roll persuasion anyway?
No. We're just going off passives because that was so dog shit.
Gotcha.
She just kind of narrows her eyes and matches a gold. Across the table, I need to roll to see their decision. Hold on. This pot is huge because they follow through as well. So that's an additional 40 gold in the pot, or 40 silver in the pot.
Damn, okay.
All right. Show them. Your total, holy shit, 21. You have a total of 36?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Nore had a 31. The other guy across the table also had a 31. And the last guy had a 33. You won the pot. You won 70 silver and 5 copper.
Damn, okay. 7 gold and 5 copper. Not bad, not bad.
No, not bad at all. Okay, that was a successful as hell round of gambling, I think.
Very, very successful. Very successful. He will grin at everyone. He will, and then he'll look at Nori and say, "Hey, want a drink?"
Roll a persuasion at advantage because you just cleaned the table.
21.
Are you buying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Then yeah, I want a drink. And she like gathers up the silver that she had left on the table and like knocks on the table with the other gamblers. And the grumpy dwarf across the table is like, "That's right, take what you get and leave, you landlubbers." And Nore says, "Only because you like to watch us go." And you hear the dwarf just grumbling amidst the chuckles of the other 2 gamblers. And as you get up, it seems as though your seats are being waited for as 2 individuals sit down right where you left.
All right.
Or maybe they just saw that these individuals seem willing to part with their money. You head up to the bar.
Yes.
Nore follows you.
Perch on a stool and look at Nora and say, "I'm flush. Get anything you want. What do you want?"
I'll just have a whiskey.
Okay.
Let me find your token. Where did it go? There it is. So the two of you are at the bar at the Ship Stool. It is a fine hand-carved wooden counter. The half-orc bartender looks at the two of you and says, "You two make fine bards. I appreciate the attraction. You're pulling people into my bar. I appreciate it. You can consider this half the cost. 5 silver." And he puts a very, like a shot and a bottle of whiskey that is very fine looking. It's an amber color, it's clear, and he pours Norre a shot. He looks at you and says, "You as well?"
Yes, please.
He sets another shot in front of you and pours it for you.
Okay.
It smells sweet, it smells smoky, it's very aromatic.
He will clink his glass, or lift his glass. He won't clink it. He'll let her clink it if she wants to, and lift it to Nora and say, "To an excellent night with fabulous music."
You said it. And she does clink your glass and sips it.
Excellent.
Do you drink the shot?
Yeah, he sure does.
It's potent, and you are a lightweight. I need you to roll me a con save.
I sure am a lightweight. Oh man, I came into this being like, Sam's never gonna drink. Little did I know. That's not bad though. That's a 17.
Oh, yeah. You get a nice warm buzz from the first shot of whiskey. The whiskey goes down very smooth. You see that on the bottle, the label says it's Stout Fail Burnt Whiskey. But it's doesn't taste burnt. It doesn't even taste like it burns. It goes down nice and easy, and you can feel the heat rush to your fingertips and toes. It's a very pleasant alcohol. And Norre, like, appreciatively nods her head and says, "All right. It's been a good night.
Yes.
Maybe you're not as annoying a prick as I thought you were."
I appreciate it. You're an even better musician than I thought you were, and I already thought you were pretty great.
Well, maybe it's time for a fresh start, huh?
I would like that. Will you maybe teach me one of those tunes you were playing sometime?
Well, that would be sacrilegious.
Oh, okay.
You're not from Tarracona. I can't just share trade secrets. I'm fucking with you. Yeah, I can show you one.
Okay. I'd like that.
Not sure how it would sound on a fiddle, though. It's more of a wind instrument sort of thing.
I can play pipes.
Okay. We'll see what you got then.
I'm mostly, flute. Not your flute, but the higher kind. I had a penny whistle, but I gave it to a dryad. So I should probably get another one.
Probably.
Yeah.
The general supply usually has a lot of good instruments.
Good to know. I will head there at some point. Is this usually what you do on the weekends? You come and play?
Yeah. I come here all the time. It took a long time for old Barley there to let me actually play my own set.
How come?
Didn't trust me. He was afraid, some bard student might scare off all the customers, but I proved him wrong.
Yeah, sure fucking did.
It took a lot of work.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. You don't like the other one? Marigard?
It's too stuffy. Too many people that I might know.
That's fair.
I don't like playing for people I know very much.
How come?
They'll talk to me about it after.
Oh. You afraid you're gonna disappoint them?
Something like that. And she pours herself another shot.
That's always what I'm afraid of.
Where I come from, music was a tool. It helped keep rhythm, helped teach soldiers how to maintain formation. Here it's not really a tool, it's it's an instrument for magic. There wasn't any magic where I grew up.
How do you feel about using it now?
Wary. Like I'm using it for the wrong thing.
What's the wrong thing?
When I sing a battle hymn, it's to kill people. When I sing a battle hymn here, it's to ask people for coin.
I see.
It feels like I'm waving a sword around.
Disingenuous and inauthentic.
Yeah.
You know, does it help to sing different songs? Songs that aren't battle hymns?
I mean, kinda. But a lot of songs, they can be tied back to that sort of thing. You know what I mean? Shanties
Yeah.
are all about dealing with problems while in the water, or uh, just dealing with the struggles of being alive. It feels a little dishonest to the music, I guess, to sing it hoping
Yeah,
people toss you a coin.
that makes a lot of sense. I don't know how to solve that problem.
Me neither. But this is how I make my coin because I'm not allowed to go out and kill stuff.
Why not?
Because there's not constant dragons attacking here, I guess.
Oh, well, there is that. Well, wait. What kind of free other than the one that we did here? What kind of other free agencies are you? You're not getting signed up with like fighter students to go, I don't know, like clean out like beer goblins from the I don't know. There's got to be something. There's magic all over this town. That must mean there's problems somewhere. There must be stuff that a sword will solve
Of course there are, but
somewhere.
I'm assigned to the shit that makes me good at dealing with people first, because that's what I need to work on, according to Tally.
Well, maybe Tally should assign you to something that you know you're good at because that'll make you feel better.
I think Tally should listen to you say that a couple times, I think.
Well, I'll tell her that a couple of times.
I've haven't really. All right, I will.
Plus, if you don't mind my saying so, you're pretty damn good with people here.
I'm good at singing to him.
No, you had to earn your way up onto that stage. You had to convince him. You had to convince Barley to let you do it by building trust. That's good with people, Nore. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not true.
All right, all right. Stop complimenting me. And she takes another hit from the whiskey. Okay, look. As she sets the shot down. I admit you are not as annoying a piece of shit as I thought you were. But you are still a little abrasive.
Okay.
I need you to understand that, okay? Before anything
Yeah.
else. But I don't hate
Yep.
you.
Okay.
I will talk to Tally on Monday and see if I can get her to maybe throw a monster at me or throw me at a monster. That'd be nice.
Yeah. I hope so.
If I want to do this for the rest of my life, I gotta at least like what I'm doing a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise, what's the point, right?
There isn't one.
Yeah. Really wise God said to me today, actually, two of them said to me, basically, that it's really important to choose your own path. and know the thing you're doing. And it's right. And I think it applies to you too. And you don't have to listen to me, because I'm kind of annoying sometimes, but the gods they're real smart.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess they are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thanks, Tim.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad I stayed.
I think I'm gonna go get washed up. See if I can get some sleep.
Okay.
She
You want some company on the walk, or you want to go by yourself?
she downs the last shot and she says, "If you're not sticking around,
Yeah, I'll keep you company.
let's get the fuck out of here."
Yeah. We got to
Uh,
roll on the way back.
uh, yep. Roll me a d8.
Yay, progress. Maybe a friendship. One.
There are no encounters on your way back to the Maryguard Academy.
But what if we could have killed something and then she would be happy? Alas.
There will always be more opportunities to kill stuff. As you head back to the Maryguard Academy, Norre alongside you, it is. Well, what's your passive insight?
That's not very high. What is my passive insight? 14.
Well, Norre is not. When the last time you traveled with Norre, when it was your free agency or whatever, she was always a distance away from you, whether it be behind you or ahead of you. But this time, as you make your way through the streets in Ferrum at night, she's beside you. And as you head to the Maryguard Academy, its tall, looming gates open, and the sounds of magic and smoke billowing from certain windows, that is where we will stop tonight's session.
Can I do like one tiny little thing first?
Sure, go ahead.
Can Tam look at Nori when they get there? And I mean, he will only do this because he's drunk. He will look at her and say, Nori, you know that you're not an annoying piece of shit, right?
Norre will look at you, also a little drunk, and she says, "You're a bad liar, you know that?
I'm not lying.
You're full of shit."
I'm not. You're pretty great.
You don't even know me.
Yeah, I kind of do.
How could you?
Because I pay attention. And we've been in classes for a while. And we played together on the same stage. And I watched you all night. And I watched how much you love the music. You're in the right place. I promise.
You are an annoying piece of shit. And she
Yeah,
walks toward the door. However, roll me a perception check.
okay. Natural fucking 20.
You catch a grin as she leaves you at the gate.
Cool. I knew there would be a natural 20 sometime tonight.
There it is. The last roll. All right.
Yay.
Thank you for playing with me tonight. I had a great time. And thank you all for watching. I look forward to running with Tam again next week.
Yay. Thanks, Echo.